Afternoon, Chris.
Good afternoon. Magandang hapon sa inyong lahat.
Magandang hapon to all the people watching on the live stream and watching on the replay. We're now in Cinemalaya fever, starting August 6 for a whole month. And we're talking to the festival director of Cinemalaya 2021, who will talk to us what this festival is all about. How can we watch all the films while we're at home in quarantine? And if you have any questions, please feel free to join us in our discussion this afternoon. My name is Anton Diaz, founder of Our Awesome Planet, and we're awesome live with Chris Millado, the festival director of Cinemalaya 2021. All right, thank you. And we're here talking to thank you for talking to All right, Chris, maybe for people to get everybody on board, what is Cinemalaya 2021? How did it start, and what's in store for people watching Cinemalaya this year?
Cinemalaya is our Philippine independent film festival, and we would like to believe that we are the biggest and the most influential local independent film festival in the country. And Cinemalaya is going on its 17th edition. We started in 2005, and when we started in 2005, during the time the Philippine film industry was really spiraling downwards. No, when we used to produce as many as 300 or 400 films a year in one of the biggest film producing countries in Southeast Asia, we spiraled down to less than 10 films a year during 2005 because of so many reasons. No. So practically parang nagde-death dive yung ating industry. So the Loris Guillen, who used to head the Film Development Council of the Philippines then, together with Nesardin, who was the president of Cultural Center of the Philippines, and several independent producers, said, let's do something to prevent this spiral, no, and to sort of revive the dying film industry. So they said, kasi during the time, ang pakiramdam, everything was becoming parang I think that nagsawa na rin yung audiences about with regards to films that were coming out, na parang predictable na, alam na kung anong yung mga kwento, and so on and so forth. So said, the solution to this is to allow a new breed of filmmakers to emerge, and sila yung susundan in terms of their vision of the story. Kasi noon, it was driven talaga by the big producers. So talagang commercial palagi yung appeal. And sometimes dahil nga masyadong commercial na yung naging end objective, parang pare-pareho na lang yung lumalabas. So with the initial festival that started in 2005, there were around just like 9 or 10 entries, and they thought, okay, siguro let's try this one time, and then depending if it will succeed, and then we can do it again in the next 2 years. Ganon. During the first instance ng ginawa ng first 2005, ang laki kaagad ng interest. So a lot of the film community said, why don't you do this every year? And then the rest is history. No, in a matter of 2 or 3 years, it gathered so much steam, it gathered so much interest, na a lot of filmmakers came out of the woodwork, a lot of them first-timers, and offering us really fresh insights, fresh perspectives in terms of storytelling. That's why we named it yung the whole competition section, the new breed, because we were giving a voice and a platform to a new breed of filmmakers. And you know what? After that, talagang nagkaroon ng malaking exposure. The first batch, in fact, of films, 2 or 3 of those titles went on to international festivals. And immediately, our filmmakers, who were first-time filmmakers, were thrown right into the international limelight, showing, the exhibiting the freshness of the storytelling. So immediately, in 2 to 3 years' time, exponential yung growth ng viewers, exponential yung growth ng uh, creative sa film. So instead of spiraling down, biglang na reverse
Na
yung
reverse.
effect. It started to grow. It started to flower, and by the fifth year, uh, we were exhibiting already more than 80 films
Wow.
on the platform, starting from about just less than 20 films.
Oo.
So right now, Cinemalaya builds on that success. In 2019, we reached the 15th edition of Cinemalaya right before the lockdown. Of course, we were also looking forward, no, to the 16th and 17th. Dahil in our 15th edition, we were already going nationwide. We were already like hindi na lang sa CCP yung showing, kundi we were showing na in mainstream cinemas, in Ayala Cinemas, in Vista Cinema, and then we are already doing simultaneous screenings in regional cinemas. So nagkakaroon na talaga ng expanse. Nangyari yung pandemic lockdown in last year. As you all know, everyone was forced to pivot online. And that was our first time to go online. And of course, we didn't know what to expect because we didn't know if people would, our usual cineasts would follow us online. But you know what? We last year's edition attracted 8,000 live viewers. In short, 8,000 people bought tickets to the films, and that was an affirmation that the Cinemalaya, there was a community of cineasts that kept on following Cinemalaya. So 8,000 is almost equal to the amount of viewers we usually have on our live platform. So we said last year, okay, siguro by 2021, okay na tayo, pwede na tayong bumalik sa live venues. Kasi iba talaga yung screening ng live venues, di ba? So you're already planning, okay, how babalik na tayong lahat, and so on and so forth. But of course, you all know the story. By first quarter of 2021, things began to look dim again because of the second surge, right? Now we're in our third, di ba? Of the pandemic. So early on, we said, I think we still have to retreat and keep on doing it online. So this year's 17th edition of Cinemalaya navigates this ever-changing current. That's why I call it navigating the current. Ibig sabihin, hindi pa rin tayo umaatras. We're still like sumusulong pa rin yung Balanghai ng Cinemalaya, but of course we're cognizant, no, of the changes. No? And our objective is to continue to showcase the latest works of our young filmmakers, as well as continue to connect to our audiences. Kasi yung audiences natin, doon din nanggagaling yung ating mga filmmakers. In fact, a lot of our new batch of filmmakers started as viewers. Mga estudyants, they got inspired, and at some point, they made their own films. So this is the spirit of this year's Cinemalaya 17th edition as we navigate that changing currents.
So we have 13 finalists. No, we have some questions on that, but let's watch the trailer so that people know what are the finalists are all about, and then we have some questions for you on this year's competition. All right. So this is starting this Friday.
August 6th, which is also the first day of our
Oo nga.
ECQ.
Na-ano nyo ba yan? Na-forecast nyo yata yun eh. So, now question. I know in the previous Cinemalaya, it's full featured film. Now we have short films. Maybe you can explain why short films. And then second, people are asking, I know the short films were really good, but can you clarify the competition aspect? Meron bang nananalo dyan and how do they win? What's the criteria that you guys do?
Okay, originally, before the pandemic, we used to have two sections in the competition. We have the feature length section in competition and the short competition. So feature length, usually the storytelling would run from about an hour and a half.
Okay.
And short films, it would run between 10 to 15 minutes, right? Now, ang main difference nito is yung ating feature length films are talagang special made for Cinemalaya. So
Okay.
it's how do they enter? Usually to submit, make my initial submission yung mga potential filmmakers and their producers. They submit storylines. They're just like 1-page or 2-page storylines of the film or the story they want to tell. And from there, ng selection committee natin cuts it down and we come up with finalists, no? Na usually mga 20 yan or 30 finalists. And then from the 20 and 30 storylines, boil down yan to 10 na i-develop na into scripts. And then it goes into production at least a year and a half before their screening. That's why traditionally, every festival, we announce the next batch. So, may asahan na kayong the next year. But unfortunately, these past 2 years, nag-ipon yung dalawang batches natin because for obvious reasons, hindi makapasok into production yung ating mga filmmakers dahil nga maraming restrictions sa ECQ. Diba? At saka tumaas kasi yung budget dahil nga mas mahirapan sa mga protocols, may extra na budget ka dapat na ilalaan for your health officer, for your locked-in accommodations, and so on and so forth. So effectively, it will increase your budget by more than 50%, which is a big thing. If you're talking about 2 million, di ba? Parang maghahanap ka pa ng 1.5 million just to make it happen during lockdown. So anyways, what happened was, sabi namin, let's focus muna on the shorts and then delay muna natin yung production of our films, of our feature-length films. So that's why nag-focus tayo ngayon on the shorts. Yung shorts natin ay gawa na yan. This is not funded, the production is not funded by Cinemalaya. They're submitted as finished works.
Okay.
And usually they're made by the filmmakers themselves. A lot of them, some of them, thesis nila ng kanilang school or sometimes first projects nila ito, no, on their own, but they're very, very promising. In fact, this year we received more than 200 or 200 plus or 300 plus na mga short films, and we had to choose only 13 these films, which you will see here. Every year nag-increase pa nga. Last year mga 150 lang, hindi lumampas ng 200 eh. But this year tumampas ng 200, no? So makita natin na out there ang dami talagang content creation that's happening in terms of film. No?
Yes.
And why is this so? Obviously because mas madali na ngayon gumawa ng film dahil sa digital technology. Di ba, no? Nang hirap dahil ang mahal ng camera, ang mahal ng magpa-develop ng film. Ngayon, even with your iPhone, you could make a film. In fact, we have one film na completely made out, created through iPhone. No? So the digital technology has made easy entrance, no, to filmmaking. Right?
Actually,
so,
ang dami nga nagtatanong yan eh. Will you continue to do that for 2022 or hindi? Or wala pa?
short films?
Yes.
The short films have been with us ever since Cinemalaya started. Since 2005, my short film section tayo. Pero
every year niya. So every year movie po.
Oo. So ibig sabihin, na-overshadow lang siya ng full feature, ng feature length. Pero ngayon, because of the pandemic, at nagkaroon ngayon ng spotlight. And it's a well-deserved spotlight because storytelling sa short film is a feat in itself. Huh? How do you tell a complete story in 10 to 15
Oo,
minutes, right?
10, 15 minutes.
No, so just like 'di ba, para tayong short story writing at nobela, iba yung craft that goes into a short story, iba din yung craft that goes into a writing of a novel. So definitely, yeah, naka-spotlight ngayon yung short films natin. Hindi lang sa feature length, kundi sa documentary, may short films tayo, sa animation, and so on. Although, we have feature-length films. We have almost 10 titles in the exhibition section. These are non-competing. Yeah.
How do they win pala, the short film? How do they win best film? Who judges the winner?
We have a jury, no, and usually that jury is composed of 2 Filipinos and 1 international jury, and that has been the tradition since the beginning. So this jury watch the films, make their own criteria. Iba-iba yung criteria every year. Kung minsan wala yung fixed criteria. No, kasi yung film aesthetics natin, kung minsan hindi mo talaga mapin down kasi it's an evolving aesthetics yan eh.
Yes.
So most of the time, very intense discussion yan among film reviewers, no, about the film jurors in terms of aesthetics, in terms of taste, in terms of new ways of storytelling, and so on. No? And we trust, their taste, and we trust their experience in viewing this film. So yes, juried yan by both local and international jurors.
All right. So how can they watch it? So they'll go to KTX.ph, diba? Or
right.
How can you participate? Yeah.
Maybe, yeah, KTX.ph. I think it's a one-click thing. That it brings you to a 2 or 3 step process that immediately you can select, no? Parang pay-per-view. Ayan, no? Makita natin yung mga programs, and then when yung Cinemalaya Shorts A, for example, pay-per-view yun, and you can watch already like 5 to 6 titles in one bundle, no? For
how much is it usually? 150?
150 for the competition, and our full-length features are 250, I believe. Yeah.
Okay. And then there are full-length features then, no? Premieres.
Yes, we have the premieres. We have the Visions of Asia. The premieres are first-time titles that are going to be seen in our festival, and there are 4 titles, no? And then we have Visions of Asia. We have a number of titles. I think 5 titles that are coming from different parts of Asia: China, Japan, Afghanistan, India. And then we have what we call the Indie Nation, no? Which are critically acclaimed titles that have already been viewed in other festivals, but we offer the chance to have it reissued here in Cinemalaya.
Okay. So ano yan? Is there one pass, or you choose what movie?
No, it's pay-per-view. So
Pay-per-view.
you can just choose what you want to see, and then navigate your way to the different options. You have more than 100 titles to choose from. At meron din tayong mga free screenings. So watch out for it. It's this time it's on either the Vimeo channel or the CCP, the Cinemalaya website. You can watch out for the dates and how to get into the free screenings. Marami tayong magagandang free screenings.
And are there on-the-ground activations that people should watch out for?
What do you mean? What are on the ground?
I mean, online lang ba lahat? Di ba parang may
okay.
What's that program about?
Yes, we are attempting to have a hybrid. Ito yung tinatawag natin na Cinemalaya Under the Stars, which is outdoor live screenings. We were looking at a Friday, Saturday, a weekend, no? Where you can walk into an outdoor space dito sa CCP with your car or with your bike, or you can walk in and lay out some kind of blanket and watch and screen a film. Yeah. No, so there's a 4 p.m. slot, a 7 p.m. slot, and a 9 p.m. slot, I believe. And this is going to happen in September 3. Nilayo-layo natin ng konti doon sa ECQ para Pwede na mangyari. At tapos nilayo na rin natin sa Bagyo kasi alam mo, tuwing Agosto,
Augusto.
dumadating yung Bagyo at baha. So, hindi bagay sa outdoor screening, di ba? Hindi magandang manood ng basa tayo.
Oo,
So, yeah.
yes.
So, September 3 mangyayari itong lahat. Hopefully, wala nang bagyo. Hopefully, wala na si Delta variant at safe na tayo lumabas. But otherwise, kung hindi pa rin mangyari, hindi pa rin tayo allowed, we're still going to be online.
Okay. And closing ceremonies will be on the 5th, no? Or are there closing ceremonies ba?
Yes. There will be awarding ceremonies as well on the 19th of August. I-announce
On the
natin.
19th. Okay.
Yes, midway. We're going to announce na the winners of the short films. No? Best director, best film, no? And then of course, sa September 5, we close the festival, and usually sa closing ng festival, we announce the next batch.
Oh,
Na,
wow. Okay.
so for 2022, and hopefully this batch na matutuloy na tayo ulit sa live venues.
And so pala, for those people who are aspiring to be part of Cinemalaya, 2023 na yung plan nila, correct?
Yes, I mean, ang submission will be this year.
This year.
Pero they will be able, kung makukonsider man yung kanilang makapasok man yung kanilang story proposals, it will be na for 2023.
2023. Wow,
Yeah.
exciting. I think a lot of people are excited actually with with the short film, with this competition, especially now kasi napanood mo na halos lahat rin in in mga Netflix and all the rest. And we're hungry for more Filipino stories, no?
Yes.
And as people have appreciated again, with Trece and all this international exposure for Filipino culture, I think a lot more people. And when I interviewed all the film director, parang galing ng mga ideas nila, no? Some are fresh. And kudos to your team, no, for selecting a really good 13 finalists. And then kanina we saw the premieres. We're also excited to know more about that. So maybe just to close, any final message or any final tip on how best to enjoy Cinemalaya 2021 Festival?
Yeah, to Cinemalaya is not just watching films. It's also just like the live festival. There are a lot of opportunities for workshops, for forums, for conversations, for talkbacks. There's even book launches, at meron pa nga kaming hinahanda na virtual experience. Ibig sabihin kung meron kayong marunong kayong gumamit ng 360 at pwede kayong pumasok in an animated Cinemalaya virtual experience, no? And then nandun yung ating Cinemalaya Film Lab. Ang Film Lab natin ay nandito ngayon yung ating mga filmmakers who are the competitors for 2022 and 2023.
Wow.
And then they are now gestating their ideas and their stories together with our mentors in production management, in script writing, and directing. So, although this is exclusive, the sessions kasi may pagka-advanced na ito are exclusive to the filmmakers. We are going to have what we call huddles, which our public, anyone can join in and listen in and interact, and find out.
Where can they see the schedule?
In the Cinemalaya website.
Cinemalaya, that's official.
They look for Cinemalaya Film Lab or Cinemalaya Institute. And then may mga parts tayo na parang observation decks. In short, you can actually eavesdrop and look into the actual classroom sessions and listen in to the filmmakers as they discuss. Who knows? It might inspire you, diba, to make your own, diba? So of course, hindi lang tayo pwedeng mag-participate or ask questions kasi ayaw nating istorbohin yung process. But it gives us a 1 hour chance of looking at how a Cinemalaya film is created. So these are, watch out, not only for the screenings. There are pay-per-view screenings. There are free screenings. There are workshops. There are forums. There are talkbacks with the filmmakers. There are even parties in Kumu. Uh, so yung ano natin,
Oo.
yung mga filmmakers natin na 22, 23, syempre nangailangan sila mag-fundraise, di ba?
Oh,
So
yes.
you can attend these virtual parties, meet the cast, and and have fun with them before they
Yes.
go on to make their films. And of course, and then yun yung virtual exhibits natin na sinabi ko. And of course, the Cinemalaya Film Lab with the Cinemalaya Institute. So August 6 ang start. August 6 is, I know, is also the start of the lockdown. So I hope we all grab your store of popcorn and soda and then the lahat ng pika-pika. And yun yung mag-ano muna tayo. Huddle muna tayo or
Oo.
hunker down muna tayo sa harap ng ating mga viewing monitors and watch Cinemalaya. And kung hindi man tayo makapaglakbay until the 20th, at least lumakbay ang ating diwa, at ang ating imahinasyon. So I hope to see you all on the Cinemalaya platform. Let's all navigate these changing currents together. We shouldn't be afraid. I think kung kapit-kapit tayo, we will survive this together. We will even emerge stronger, even more creative and innovative.
All right. Thank you so much. Congratulations in advance. I know a lot of people are really excited actually. Even before the lockdown was announced, no? But with the lockdown, I think a lot more.
Mas lalo na.
Mas lalo na. And
May
really,
reason not to stay home.
reason to stay home. Congratulations again. And thank you so much. Good luck with the festival this year.
Maraming salamat. Thank you.
Maraming salamat. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.